Hello, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to another Friday spiritual lecture. A lecture in which this time we're talking about a very simple, but also an incredibly deep and powerful subject. And we couldn't possibly cover it all in this 10 minutes. It's impossible. What are we talking about? The extraordinary power and the nature of love. Because this week's motto that I was given was, I change the world through love. Why? Because it's true. Our world can be built on many, many different things. And I think at the moment we can all agree that our world has been built on corruption and greed and fear. And this is the result when we live in a world that is so divided. It's not about having separate countries or anything like that. Individual countries are amazing and they give us a chance to experience different cultures and different food and music, and all these cultures are just absolutely wonderful. No, love is something far greater than that. Real love, is a love for humanity. A love that goes past any thoughts of ego-based fear. Anything that goes past, someone has offended me. I don't like the way they dress. I don't like the way they speak. Love is the undercurrent that runs underneath everything. It's connection, it's insight, it's compassion, it's joy. It is everything, and if anything, it is the glue that holds this world together. Whenever they try to separate us, to divide us and make one group hate another, and it's constant. I was reminded just before I came on that we used to have very much in the world the black versus white, or the West versus the East, or I think this way, you think that. It doesn't matter what it is. And now they're trying to divide us on the lines of it's rich versus poor. It's you live on this side of the street or that side of the street. It's all such a goddamn nonsense. Whenever someone tries to use a power that isn't love, it's bad. We're all entitled to our own opinions, that's fine. But when they try to actively divide us by saying these people are bad, these people are good, that isn't love. Everybody here is on such an incredibly unique and special journey. And if you can look at it from that perspective and know that every single person here, every single one of us is just here to experience a life, and it's based on our past, on the lessons we've been learning as we've traveled throughout this incredible journey. There isn't one person that's better than another. There isn't one soul that's worse than another. We are simply here to share this amazing experience that is life. And this is where we happen to find ourselves right now, because we wanted to come here. And we've got to come back to what's really important. And that could be something different for everybody. For some people, it'll be the love of family. Other people, love of the world, love of community. It doesn't matter what it is. But when we come back and we remember that the real, most important thing in life is actually love, then we're getting somewhere. But while we hang on to fear, the fear that is peddled to us from all sides, it comes from everywhere. There isn't one group or spectrum that are, worse or better than the other. Again, that's when we start diving into politics or religions and so on. This whole idea that one is better than another, that one is worse from another, this is not love. And love is, I see it almost like it's a whisper of, it's like a ribbon that flows out from us, and it flows into other people's hearts. It weaves its way through all of us. And it's not a ribbon that controls, that wants to pull you in and say, right, now you're going to do this or be this. Rather, this ribbon is it's a whisper, a remembrance of what is really important to us. And it weaves its way into our hearts and into our lives. And it says, there are other ways to live. And when we can reclaim this real sense of love within ourselves, we start to empower ourselves. When someone tries to divide us, when someone tries to, claim that, I don't know, whatever rubbish is going on in government at the moment, they try to claim something, and we just sit back and go, it doesn't matter, because love gives us the ability to laugh at these things and just go, well, it's all so silly, isn't it? If everyone could just open their eyes and see what is so important, we wouldn't be having these daft battles. But this is the ascension journey, and we're not there yet. We got quite a way to go. But we are getting there, and we will get there, hopefully. But what we can do to help unite people and bring them away from the fear is just to love them, just to hold them in love. And most importantly, hold ourselves in love, because we're bloody horrible to ourselves. When we start comparing and contrasting and saying, well, I'm not as much as this person, all we do is put ourselves right down the bottom. And then perhaps we bring in a state of egoism, where we start saying, well, actually, I'm better than other people. That's all rubbish as well. No one's better or worse. It's being able to say, I am who I am, I love who I am, and I am enough in this world. And I'm enough for my world, because do you have to be enough for anyone else's world? No, you don't. You've only got to be enough for your world. And if you let love in and let it really flow throughout your being, you find that the things that you worried about, they just disappear. Because so often we try to bring extra things into our life because we feel that we're not enough. We feel that we are weak and low. And if we actually love ourselves, I know it's not going to be, I don't know, a new dress that makes me happy, that makes me feel important. What really makes me feel good is knowing that I can love myself, and that as I am enough. And sure, we all fall, we all have days where we are absolutely not enough for ourselves. That's how we feel, but it's okay. And what is the balm that soothes that pain? What is the energy that we bring in that goes, hey, it's okay? What is it? It's love. And some people say, oh, they can't love. It's rubbish. Everybody can love, and everybody can accept love. It's about knowing that you are worthy, and putting a hand on your heart and say, damn it, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of being loved. I am worthy of loving myself. It's just a practice, because when you've grown up, and so as so many people have, with very bad messages about who they are, they don't know this power of love. And our job is not to then criticize them and say, well, you haven't learnt what love is in your short life, we'll write you off. Our job surely is to show other people what love is and how it can transform life. Because once you teach somebody how to love themselves, then their world changes. So everything we do has to revolve around love. It's got to be central to the theme of humanity, of who we are. And it doesn't mean weakness. So many people will go, oh, but if you love somebody, it means that you'll let them hurt you again and again. No, it won't. Because love also ties in with self-preservation. When you love yourself, you're not going to accept somebody else coming in and going, I'll hit you again, I'll hurt you again. Because that feeling of loving yourself is so important. So you're not going to be allowing someone to trample over you. But at the same time, you will also know that if somebody is in a place of pain and that's why they're lashing out, that what they actually need is more love, not less. They need to feel safe and secure. It doesn't mean you've got to like them. It just means that you appreciate them for who they are and offer them love because they are here as a human being. And that's special because being human is a gift, not a punishment. You're not trapped here. You're not here in order to live out some kind of punishment. And if you let love just rule your steps, your words, your actions, as much as you can, life gets easier. Rather than a trudge uphill carrying all of your burdens, love is the force that propels you up that hill. Or it says, you know what, you don't even have to climb that hill. Sit and rest and give yourself time and space to be. So yeah, it's really important. And the more we can do, the more we can change this world. So step up and start loving. Even if it's just that person in the mirror that you have to turn around and go, hey, I love you. It's a start. Okay? So let's see what the light language has to say. So let's call it in. Let's call in the most beautiful and powerful light that we can. Let's support each other in this. And let's just ask for it, for love from the universe. And let's open our hearts and let it soften our lives. Maria Rondora, that Kajugora Machina, Sayeta, Barutis, Yararis, Yawarpukokaran the Kasi, a Turarisi, Macanona da Shikara, Socosia, the Koran the Karawai Autoro and Titupushkans Maratisia. Tanurei Kiaur and Kujorora, Siora Santa Sati, the Tuparonga, Tanyorshkmewa, this Haratiora, Tanana, Karukukamasia. Tan jore shanjiatoro do barakuishnasia te kerashke ari titinya to kuranta arsia porashin kuara de tanamara paradij kanna karsia kura baradeta te tutunno da jesha narisida Morandora te dasish kishkuaranda kashmara sayitisia tanyara to tasso aro king kambarado kanada Nedorora chiquia to kukorambajanasi, titare de demorshans karata, zizia tota, namoroshi shuranza. Maritis aro dotonora shimish karoisa, tradinyaro tua. Maratutoshima, Naraziki karon do korbai, Naraziki ron the korakarosi. Chaniare dinar, Namaretusa. One of the things that we've forgotten so much is how much the universe loves us. If we knew how much we are loved, how deeply we are loved by the universe, simply because of who we are, not because we've done anything special, not because we are a particular person, but simply because we are alive. Kaurung karen kora marakearasi, koran de kiaro, sukojo koaren daieta, si, janora, samasi. Taniarose. Morangishko rariarmara. Tariorsora tedati. You are so worthy of being loved. And this is all the universe wishes to offer to us is love. Arimbiandoraran the kiara koisarasi. Charazisa. Wara di chatoshar. Karasi, karasi atakomara. Atir. Charisi. Manjiasa. Karisi marodala. Wara ite. Maro yete siara. Kamarata kora. If we could just know that once again, I hope you can feel this love, this support that is coming from the beautiful universe as a reminder. And it wants us to just allow the light to bathe us in this love, to know, to open your heart and to accept. And to know that everything is all right. When we sit back and we allow love, everything is all right, because this is the container of the most divine safety that we could be in. And so just enjoy that light. Just enjoy that feeling. And breathe it in. And feel for a moment how worthy you are. So I hope you will stay with that light for a little while longer. And in the meantime, if you don't want to miss these videos, please do sign up. Go over to my Facebook page, follow it if you're on there, or click follow on YouTube. I'm all over the place. You can join me. You can join me in a lot of places. And I hope you'll do that. And yeah, please do keep bathing in this beautiful, beautiful light. And thank you for having been with me. And I will see you again for another wonderful Friday spiritual lecture. Mwah. Bye-bye.